Ever wondered what it's really like to walk through Da Nang? Let's take a slow journey from the city to the beach, starting in the city center now. The air is heavy, not with rain, but with the kind of moisture that tells you the clouds haven't left in days. It's rainy season, but dry for now. The sky is pale and low, the colors of the city slightly muted, like someone turned down the contrast. Da Nang isn't a city that screams for attention. It hums, it carries on. And as I walk, that rhythm starts to settle in. The sound of scooters passing, the occasional beep, the distant clatter of a rolling metal gate. It all layers into a kind of urban white noise. Sidewalks here are unpredictable. Some are tiled and clean. Others are cracked, taken over by moss, tree roots, or a few scattered leaves. Many spots are taken up by parked motorbikes. In Vietnam, sidewalks are used for everything: eating, parking, resting, working. Walking is something you share with daily life, not something designed for solitude. Buildings rise up close together, slim and tall. You'll notice they're built narrow and deep, a leftover effect from old tax systems that charged by street width. Each house stacks upward. Balconies, water tanks, rooftop shrines, they all reach for the sky. Many are painted in soft yellows, blues, or greens, but time and weather give them all the same gentle fade. You see so many signs as you go. Red letters, bright lights, Vietnamese words everywhere. Pho, Bun Cha, Com Trua. These aren't brands, they're meals. Food isn't hidden behind glass here. It's in the open, visible, steaming, part of the environment. The city breathes through its smells. Even on a quiet street like this, there's always something in the air. Today it's damp concrete, overripe fruit from a stand ahead, and the familiar sharpness of fish sauce riding the wind. Crossing one of the main roads now. No traffic light. Here, you don't wait for cars to stop. You just start walking. Steady pace, eyes forward. It's an unspoken rhythm. The vehicles slow and curve around you. Everyone understands the pattern. It's choreography in motion. To the left is a small pagoda, tucked between a coffee shop and a cell phone repair store. The gates are open. There's an incense holder at the front, and even from the sidewalk I can smell the smoky sweetness of it. Vietnam's spirituality is subtle, folded into daily life, not separated from it. Now entering a narrower street, a kind of in-between space. Not quite residential, not entirely commercial. These areas feel more intimate. Power lines droop overhead in tangled webs, and rainwater from last night still lingers in the curbside drains. You might hear a dog barking a few blocks away, or the soft echo of a television show playing behind one of these half-closed doors. There's a small alley ahead, barely wide enough for two people. In Vietnam, alleys like this are everywhere. They hide entire communities behind the city's main face. Walk through one, and you'll find tiny cafes, family homes, shrines, and plants in recycled containers. It's like walking through someone's memory. Now back on a wider road, heading east. The buildings are shifting. Fewer shop fronts, more open lots, more space between structures. This part of Da Nang feels transitional, between dense city center and the openness of the coastline. You can feel the change in air, too. There's a faint shift in the breeze. Still thick, still humid, but now carrying hints of sea salt. Even if you can't see the ocean yet, you can sense it. Vietnam is a country of deep contrasts. Cities grow fast, but traditions hold steady. On one block, you'll see a glassy hotel being built with cranes and scaffolding. On the next, a family-run rice shop that's been in the same spot. Even without rain, the sky feels wet. It keeps everything a little quieter. You notice more when there's less sunlight. The texture of walls, the softness of sound, the patterns in the pavement. Overhead, wires are knotted around utility poles, wrapped in layers. Some hold speakers for public announcements, daily messages from the local government. You might hear one if you're walking at the right time. Not today. It's quiet now. A few blocks ahead, the street widens again. There's more airflow here. The palm trees lining the median sway gently, brushing one another with their fronds. You can see they've been trimmed recently, the brown ends cut neatly. Along the side of the road are low-rise guest houses and seafood restaurants, some open, some shuttered. Signs in both Vietnamese and English hint at the tourist economy here, but right now, it's off-season. The city feels more local, more itself. On the sidewalk, there are small shrines built into the corners of buildings, some built into walls, others standing on ceramic pedestals. They hold offerings, fresh flowers, incense sticks, sometimes a can of soda or a few candies. In Vietnamese culture, honoring spirits is a daily act. The spirit world and physical world live side by side, not in opposition, but in conversation. The street curves slightly now. The sound of scooters is softer here, replaced by the wind and the faint call of seabirds. You can almost hear the waves already, but not quite. The ocean is near, a few hundred meters more. On the left, there's a row of tall casuarina trees. Their needles cover the ground, forming a soft, rust-colored carpet along the sidewalk. Their trunks lean slightly toward the sea, shaped by years of wind. As I walk, the buildings get lower, 1 or 2 stories at most. No more shops, no more signs, just wide spaces and the gentle hush of air moving inland. The coastline is close. The sidewalk shifts from concrete to stone, decorative tiles in a simple pattern, a sign that we're entering the beachfront area. These little details, the shift in surface, the spacing of benches, the design of street lamps, they signal transition. Urban turns coastal. The rainy season keeps the crowds away. There's space to breathe, to stand still, to listen. As I keep walking, the path opens slightly. There's more space now, not just physically, but mentally. Da Nang is the kind of place that breathes in slow, deliberate cycles. A city that feels paused in places, even while it moves forward. Historically, this city has always been a crossroads. Positioned between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang was once the dividing line during wartime, north and south. That tension left behind scars, but also resilience. What you see today is a place that's been rebuilt not just with concrete and glass, but with a kind of quiet determination. To the south of here, just a short drive, are the Marble Mountains, 5 limestone hills named after the 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Each one holds caves, tunnels, and Buddhist sanctuaries inside. Local families have carved stone here for generations, Even now, if you walk near the base, you'll hear the tap, tap, tap of chisels against rock. The mountains feel ancient, sacred. They've watched this coastline long before tourists came and long after they leave. Beyond the Marble Mountains, not far off, is Hoi An, an old port town with lantern-lit streets and architecture that speaks in three voices: Vietnamese, Chinese, and Japanese. Once a key trading hub in Southeast Asia, Hoi An's old quarter is frozen in time. It's hard to believe it's so close to a city as modern as Da Nang. That contrast defines this region, a constant back and forth between old and new, land and sea, silence and sound. And now, finally, the ocean appears. Just ahead, past the last row of trees, is Mai Kea Beach. The sand stretches wide, pale and smooth, untouched in places. The tide is low. Long, shallow waves roll in slowly, folding over themselves. The horizon is a hazy line where sky meets sea. No sharp edges today, just a blur of silver and gray. Back here in the city, I pass by one of Da Nang's newer developments, a stretch of apartment blocks and hotels. Construction has slowed, but the vision is clear. This is a city betting on the future, but not in a way that forgets its past. To the west lies the Han River, the city's spine. Several bridges cross it, but the most iconic is the Dragon Bridge. Painted bright gold, and designed to look like a dragon in motion, it actually breathes fire and water on weekend nights. Not just for show, dragons symbolize power and protection in Vietnamese mythology. And the fact that it faces the sea? A message. Forward movement, prosperity, strength. Closer to the river, the vibe is more organized. Grid streets, financial offices, cafes with air conditioning and polished branding. But it only takes a few turns to end up somewhere quieter, where small shrines still flicker with incense and old men sit outside tiny tea houses in plastic chairs. That duality, modern skyline, ancient belief, it never leaves. Even newer developments incorporate symbolism, dragons, lotuses, even subtle feng shui in how buildings are placed. Urban planning here is spiritual, whether it's obvious or not. Da Nang is also a university town. Thousands of students live and study here. That energy brings youth to the city, the kind you don't see but feel. It's in the late-night cafes, the independent bookstores, the murals hidden down side alleys. During Tet, the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, the city transforms. Streets are lined with yellow apricot blossoms, red envelopes hang from tree branches, and families clean their homes top to bottom. Firecrackers echo in the air. It's one of the few times Da Nang slows down even more, not for quiet, but for reflection, a reset, a restart. And yet, despite the changes and the speed of growth, the city still has room for stillness. Parks line the river. Rooftop gardens cool the buildings. Shrines hide behind grocery stores. You never have to go far to find a place to pause. And here's something small, but easy to miss. the way the city smells just before the rain. There's a certain scent that rises from the ground, a mix of damp stone, sea air, and distant smoke. It's familiar. Even if you've never been here before, it feels like something you remember. Looking up, the clouds haven't moved much. The light is still soft, still gray. It flattens shadows, but not details. That kind of light makes colors look different, deeper sometimes, truer. As I continue walking east, the sidewalks feel wider. You can see more sky between the buildings now. The air has changed too, saltier, thinner. The sounds shift again. Fewer engines, more wind. You catch the faint hiss of waves behind the tree line. And all along this stretch of road, you start seeing more of Da Nang's plans for the future. Beachfront developments, resorts in progress, and wide walking promenades waiting for foot traffic that hasn't quite returned yet. The infrastructure is here, but it's not crowded. Not yet. But look just past that, and you still see traditional homes with ceramic tile roofs and blue-painted gates. That mix of old and new standing side by side is what makes this place feel balanced, like nothing has been completely lost. The wind picks up slightly. You can hear the ocean more clearly now. A deeper hush, a steady rhythm, almost like breathing. Even in cloudy weather, the beach has a calm brightness. The light here doesn't cast shadows. It wraps around everything, soft and quiet. Da Nang's coastline runs for miles. It's open, clean, and right now, peaceful. Behind me, the city is still there, still moving. But from here, you'd never know. The sound of waves replaces engines. The wind replaces heat. Time stretches out. In Vietnamese culture, the sea is cleansing. It's not just scenery, it's balance. A place to let go of weight, to reset. That's what this walk feels like. A slow release. Step by step from the tight rhythm of the city to the open calm of the ocean. Sometimes, the most beautiful part of a journey is arriving quietly. No drama, no destination photo, just the realization that the air feels different, lighter, clearer. This is Da Nang, between clouds and sea, between motion and stillness. If you enjoyed this walk, there's more just like it. Subscribe to the channel for more calm journeys, slow travel, and real scenes from places like this. Thanks for walking with me.